I thought it would be funny. Didn't think about it for that long. Oh, that'll make a few people giggle. That Etho picture, by the way, that picture is just gonna be like examined to no extent. Us hermits were in a call actually when his episode went down. We're gonna talk about that video title, says Muttley. I feel like talking about that video title could kick off like a deep existential crisis of some sort. Let's put it this way. At some point in time, you realize that the internet is full of filth. And, yeah, very deep, says May School. That was my deep thought right there. I used to welcome the filth of humanity. I used to watch a lot of vile things you could see online. I guess you could say maybe I had a morbid curiosity. I grew out of that. I grew out of it, and I realized that my own negativity towards humanity from my younger years where I was unhappy and stuff, it made me, for some reason, want to see the worst in humanity all the time. But with time, I've like grown as a person and I've seen the good stuff about humanity. These days, I don't go anywhere near stuff like that. Like, I don't want it in my head. I think that humanity has a lot to offer the world, and we're quite incredible as a species. And, you know, there's dark stuff, there's bad stuff, there's good stuff and amazing stuff too. And when I was younger, I was just obsessed with everything on the dark spectrum of things. I'd always be reading about the horrors of history and things that people had done to each other, and sort of just totally overlooked the fact that, yes, there's that, but there's also amazing things that people do for each other all the time, and amazing things that we have achieved and accomplished together. See, look at this. You were thinking, oh, a little crude little joke on a video title. Now we're into some deep discussion. What is going on here? I think morbid curiosity is a natural course of life, says Blue Buns. It could be. It could be. My time on the plot world, when I got to know some of my audience who are younger than me, taught me that some people ain't like that. I used to think that all us, when we were teenagers, were terrible and just had the wrong ideas in our heads and did a bunch of stupid stuff. And I met some teenagers that were, you know, way brighter and smarter than I ever was, and were really just decent people without having to learn a lesson to get there or whatever. So maybe not all of us do. But anyway, I just put the title down as just a little hee hee ha ha. Some people will find it funny. Not surprised actually that people went a bit wild about it. And then a hermit asked me to change it, and you know, I was totally fine with that. I was like, okay, let's change it. The idea is that it's in some hand it's a bit like a Simpsons joke, where if you know the context, you see that it's referencing something a little dark, but like it just goes over the head of anyone else. But maybe not with that one. I don't know. That one, it certainly caused a lot of discussion, and that don't really bother me, but more of a Family Guy joke. Yeah, a bit on the cruder spectrum, I guess. I thought it would be funny. Didn't think about it for that long. Oh, that'll make a few people giggle. And then commenters got pretty crazy about it. And not in a bad way, just in it got people talking kind of way, right? Did you see any sort of higher traffic than usual before you changed it? Did it attract any sort of clickbait traffic? It definitely felt to me like it pulled in more people. And then obviously people started talking about it on the Reddit, and that probably helped. But that wasn't why I named it that. Like I really did not think more than a minute about it. Like it just made me chuckle, so I gave it that name. But I'm kind of glad, like, of all the episodes to just bring in maybe more people than usual, it was a real old school episode. It was just hermits hanging out, building some stuff, and it kind of reminded me of something I would have made in like season 1 or season 2. Obviously, I think though, as YouTubers, we've all come a long way. It's an updated version of that for today. We did some Minecrafty stuff, and we had some really cool discussion about being Minecrafters, being YouTubers in there. And it's not the sort of thing that I would last season have turned into an episode, right? Whereas this season, I'm just feeling the vibe, and it was like, hey, I want to make that into a video. A golden TNT MSD 14. 13 more to 100. Hope you're having a great day. Yeah, it's been a good day. I woke up late. I just seemed to sleep. I swore I woke up at one point, checked my Fitbit, and it's like 6 o'clock. And then I feel like I've just laid there for about 10 minutes, and then all of a sudden it's like 8:30. It's like, oh. I feel like I'm like an hour behind on my day today or something. I'm sensing like just a bit of a change in myself with like how I manage my time. If you've heard me waffle, because I do waffle for a long time, you'll know that I used to be Mr. Super Productivity, and I'm thinking I'm starting to turn into quality of time mindset now. I've really been loving playing on Hermitcraft at the beginning of this season. It's felt just so different and special, and I find myself just not caring or worrying so much about, oh, things to do this, do that, cross this off your list, do more of that thing, do more of this, and it's more like quality of time. Maybe today I don't get any video stuff done, but it's like, what did I spend my time doing? For me, the thing is enjoying it. That's been how I've been feeling a lot lately, and I'm really trying to lean into it and just embrace it, really. I think that's a healthy change, says Nan. I think it's healthy too, yeah. I also think there's a part of you that does want to exchange your time and hustle. I think life is like an arc, and we talk about people growing and maturing. But sometimes I think just because you grew into something new and became different in a particular way, we might call it maturity, it doesn't always mean the thing you did before was the wrong way, but maybe it had its moment and it's something you have to go through and then you go on to the next thing. I think that we kind of inherently, possibly through evolution, have, when we're young, a sort of mindset of trading our time and our resources for something in return, i.e. money. Like working a job, you have energy for it, but with time, it's going to wear down. So for me, YouTube puts this opportunity in front of you to hustle and create content that people will want to watch and stuff. You get pulled into it. You're all about succeeding. Oh, look, subscriber numbers, views, whatever it is, the metric. And that's changed now. It's not about that for me at all anymore. I don't think that it means that when I did that before, it was wrong. It was just, I had the energy for that. It was exciting. It was fresh. You wanted to be a part of this YouTube thing and grow. It was a fascinating bit in time. But you can't sustain that, I think, forever. And you can't just keep being that. It doesn't mean it's wrong when you move on from it. Different goals for different stages of your life. Yeah, perhaps so. You sound like you were talking inside a pipe, a bit echoey. Yeah, I don't know what to do with this sound setup stuff. It's just, ever since I got rid of that first microphone, everyone's got an opinion about it. Use a 5-year-old tissue box, that'll fix the audio. I've got a headset, so I don't think so. That Etho picture, by the way, that picture is just going to be, like, examined to no extent. Us hermits were in a call, actually, when his episode went down. Jen was talking about it in chat, so we all went and had a look, and then we started sharing pictures of our own setups, and quite funny, really, but everyone was super curious. But I left a comment on his video saying that, and I saw one reply that says, don't overstep boundaries or anything, which I thought was the right thing to say, really. And should be said again, you know, it's a little fun looking at the image and picking up on some of the little details or whatever that you give you a little insight into Etho's mind, but there are boundaries that can be crossed, because, man, the internet, I don't know how many internet-related stories you know, but you come across them from time to time, and you hear about people reverse engineering a picture and doing crazy stuff like figuring out the wallpaper, and there's a reflection in the window, and they can geolocate it from just the smallest of details, because there's actually a ton of details in a picture like that. I think that setup tells you that Etho is a very frugal. And when I say that, I mean it in a good way. And also, you might know that I consider myself to be rather frugal. And not so much like recently. I redid my office and did it like up real nice. Put a carpet in, got these triple monitors. I splashed out a little bit, let's say. And that is not me. Up until 2021, I don't know, I was using old desks that have been handed down and computer equipment, monitors that were 12 years old or something. Like, I was a real frugal, make it last kind of person. I get the feeling Etho's like that, and I think it's a good thing. I think it's really great when you take the things that you have and you look after them and make them last a long time. I'm actually more worried about X and Etho, the other hermits with the internet being their worst, because the more secretive, the more hyped up this stuff gets. Yeah, it does a little, but I wouldn't worry about it. Honestly, like, it's more likely that something negative will happen to someone who shares more information online than someone who doesn't. What you share online, if someone chooses to target you, there's just so much information. When you're like a celebrity, air quotes, I'm talking actual people that we would call celebrities, movie stars, musicians, and then maybe your internet famous people or whatever. When you start to share stuff like where you're from, picture of yourself, your date of birth's online, this is stuff that sometimes can get you access to an account. In security, a lot of the time the weakness is just a person. If you ring up a support desk and say, I'm so-and-so and I need access to my account, and you've got just enough information, you might be able to fool them. The more you share, bigger potential there is for that information to be used against you in some capacity. In large crowds, there's always that one person, isn't there? So did you enjoy the waffle? Want to hear more stories and thoughts? Check out the playlist link below if you want more videos like these, and of course subscribe to the channel to catch future ones, and go to linktree.xisuma.co if you'd like to find links to all of the other activities that I do, including playing guitar, making music, Minecraft videos, and much more. Go check out that link.